What's up, world? It's your guy, Guitar K. In this video, I'm talking about actors or actresses in movies who nailed their roles. I'm talking about when you watch these movies, you think you're watching a real thing. Some kids that watch these movies, they don't even know the real things. Whereas when they see these people in real life, they refer to them as the real thing. Like when they see Leon, they be like, that's David Ruffin. When they see Jamie Foxx, they be like, ain't that Ray Charles? But look, man, without further ado, let's get into the list. And I'm not putting it into no certain order to say like, this one is the best or this one is the worst. I'm just gonna talk about it. We just gonna chop it up. Like I said, man, she got Guitar K. We're talking about actresses and actors who nailed their roles in music movies. Now, we ain't talking about other ones. That might be another video for another time. But today, we talking about actors and actresses who nailed their roles in movies where they're music icons. Let's start it off. Ladies first. You know where we going. Angela Bassett as Tina Turner in the 1993 classic, What's Love Got to Do With It? Also honorable mention to Lawrence Fishburne for playing Ike, because he killed that too. But come on, man. People look at Angela Bassett and be like, that's Tina Turner. And this movie came out back in 1993. That's 30 years ago. But look, she killed it. You know, when she first come in the club, when she first, I live across the street from the jukebox, babe. Yo, come on. She killed it. You know, when she like, fighting them back in the limo. That's a classic scene. That's a classic scene. She nailed that role as Tina Turner. She was all buff and in shape. She had the leg with the tassels on the thing. She dancing and come on, man. When you look at her, she looked like Tina Turner. Rest in peace to the queen of rock and roll, the icon Tina Turner. Angela Bassett killed that role as Tina Turner. But we gonna keep it moving. My man Chadwick Boseman as the late, great Godfather of Soul, James Brown. In the 2014 movie, Get On Up, Chadwick, rest in peace to Chadwick, rest in peace to James Brown. He nailed it. He had the dance. It ain't easy to dance like James Brown, because James Brown was a stepper. But Chadwick had the moves, he had the grooves, he had the look with the perm. You know what I'm saying? He was fried, dyed, laid to the side, Cordelia. And he was crazy when he took the mug shot, when he came out with the shotgun. Come on, man. Watch Get On Up, 2014 classic. Chadwick Boseman nailed his role as James Brown. But we're going to keep it moving. Demetrius Shipp Jr. as Tupac Shakur in the classic movie, All Eyes on Me. All Eyes on Me. He looked like Tupac too much. He looked just like Tupac. When you watching it, you might forget that it's not the real Tupac. This came out in 2017. Demetrius Shipp killed that role. When they was doing the Poetic Justice scene with the Janet Jackson, when he had the hat back looking like Lucky. Come on, man. You knew that took you back. When I first seen the trailer for it, I was like, yo, what they do? Is it makeup? Is it CGI? He just looked so much like Pop. He had his moves down, he had his sound down, and he just did a great role as portraying the late, great Tupac Shakur, rest in peace, Pop. It was a great movie. I think they did a great job. A lot of people had something to say. This wasn't like that, this wasn't like that. But hey, man, I liked the movie. I enjoyed it. His performances looked like Pop. He just looked like Pop so much that it just hit spot on. And keeping the thing with that, because Mr. Jamal Woodard played the notorious B.I.G. in that movie, and he also played the notorious B.I.G. in Notorious, man. Jamal Woodard, he had the voice, he had the look in the 2009 Notorious, man. Jamal Woodard killed it, man. I see this guy on every movie now on like Tubi and Freebie and stuff. I don't know what's up with that, but man, when he was talking to Faith, you know what I'm saying? And Faith was hitting the beatbox and he was doing his rap, like, I love it when you call me Big Papa, the showstopper. The scene when they first, jumped the joint when he had the headband on, he's like, I got 10 Mac 11s, about 838 something. He killed that, yo. Hit the scenes like with his mother. Shout out to Angela Bassett again. She played a great role as his mother. But yeah, man, he nailed Biggie role with the shades, with the cane, his voice, the look. He just did a real good job of playing the notorious B.I.G. in that movie, man. But we gonna keep it right rolling along, man. My man Lorenz Tate as the late great Frankie Lyman in the 1998 classic Why Do Fools Fall in Love. Now, before this movie came out, I mean, I had heard of Frankie Lyman, and I had heard that song before, but I didn't really, wasn't really up on his story. But after watching this, man, I had to go back and look into Frankie Lyman's story, man. The three women, the three wives, Holly Berry, Vivica Fox, and Lila Rashawn. Man, when they was talking about him, it just goes to show you how three different women can have three different opinions about the same person, man. But look, Lorenz Tate killed this role, his smile, and his joy on the stage. When I go back and watch performances from the real Frankie Lyman, he nailed that role. The scene when you drop the dog out the window, come on, Frankie, how you gonna drop the dog out the window, man? Look, he nailed that role. Look, and is this the only time that Lorenz Tate played like a musical person? That's the only time I could think of. He had the dancing down, he had the look down. When he was high and he was doing a song like, whoa, whoa, whoa. He killed it. Why do fools fall in love? That's a good question. So, and it rolls right off of Tina Turner's question, what love got to do with it, man? Music is powerful. But look, we're going to keep it moving right along, man. 2018, Mr. Rami Malek playing the late, great Freddie Mercury from the supergroup Queen. He killed it. He looked just like him, talked just like him, walked just like him. All the songs, man, when they did that Bohemian Rhapsody scene, I thought I was watching the original Queen. And I was always a Queen fan, so I was looking forward to seeing this movie, man. Because ever since back in the day when I used to watch Wayne's World, when they did the song, when they did the Bohemian Rhapsody scene, that started turning me on to go look at Queen back then. And I play guitar, so rock music always been my thing. But anyway, he had Freddie Mercury down pat. He did it to the core. He had Freddie Mercury all the way down pat, man. You gotta give Malik Rami his props on how well and how good he did Freddie Mercury. But look, yeah, man, I'm back. Look, when I talk about music and movies, look, I'm like the cable guy, man. My grandmother didn't really let me go outside that much. So I get excited when I talk about the music and movies because it's two of my favorite things. But picking up where we left off, because I was disturbing people out in the hallway, so that's why I had to come in here. But we gonna keep it moving like we ain't never stop, man. We like Puff Daddy. Can't stop, won't stop. But look, we was talking about Rami Malek on Freddie Mercury, man. We did the Live Aid concert when he came out, man. By the middle of that movie, you forget that they actors. You think you're watching the real Queen, and he did such a great job as delivering that role of Freddie Mercury, man. I'm just giving props to him, man, because he did a knockout job as performing that role, man. But look, we're going to keep it moving. Beyonce, Cadillac Records 2008 as the Queen, Etta James. Look, man, she had Etta James hot because she did such a great job as doing Etta James that Obama had Beyonce sing at last at his inauguration. Etta James was hot about that. But look, wait, that's another video for another time. Beyonce killed this role. She looked like Etta. She walked like Etta, talked like Etta, sounded like Etta. Beyonce killed the role of Etta James in Cadillac Records, man. She killed it. And I'm just giving her props. She looked like her, but we all know Beyonce can sing. So much so that sometimes when I listen to some of the songs, because I listen to a lot of music, I listen to a lot of different variety of music. So when I'm on Spotify, I might listen to Beyonce sometimes on some songs, not all. Because Etta had that rasp in her voice that you just can't duplicate sometimes. But nonetheless, as playing the role where she was sitting at that table and her father didn't really come, I was mad at her father. I was mad at him. How you going to do Beyonce? Beyonce. I don't know. I just was mixed up because Beyonce did such a great role. She convinced me. She was Etta. She was Etta doing Cadillac Records, man, and she did a great role as playing the late, great Miss Etta James. But look, shout out to Etta James. Shout out to Beyonce. Look, we gonna keep it moving, though. We just gonna keep this moving. We almost coming to the end. Mr. Taron Egerton as Elton John in Rocket Man. You can tell this man is from the same place over there in England where Elton John from. He had Elton John down to a T. He looked like him, walked like him, talked like him, and he was singing too. He sounded like Elton John. He knocked this role out the park. About 10 minutes into the movie, you think you're watching the real Elton John. The piano playing, the looking, the walking, the talking, the shades, the hair, and he dealing with addiction and recovery in it. The way when he first come in, he got on the whole costume and everything. He sit in a circle. By the end of the movie, he done came out of all the exterior stuff and he get down to just the man. I love this movie. Rocket Man. Gotta watch it. Gotta watch it. Even if you're not a fan of Elton John music, by the end of this movie, you're gonna love Elton John. You're gonna love his music, and it's all thanks to Taron Egerton. As a matter of fact, back when this movie came out in 2019, Elton John's music spiked back up to the top. Hits that he had way back in the day became #1 hits again. Rocket Man, Saturday. And look, and if you know, they worked together on another movie, on The Kingsman. It had Elton John in there. You know, Taron Egerton is the secret agent spy type guy, Eggsy, in that movie, on The Kingsman. But look, shout out to him for doing a knockout job at playing the Queen, King, whoever he is, Elton John. You know how you know his thing that he do. Shout out to his sobriety though. But look, man, Taron did a great job at playing Elton John. You know what I'm saying? Some people get into character, man. You got good actors and you got great actors. And some roles were just meant for certain people to play. And you could just tell that this was his role. I could see him as a young kid walking around thinking he was Elton John. He probably did Elton John back in a play or a talent show. That probably was his go-to talent show guy, was Elton John. And that role fell in his lap at the right time, and it was magic. He did a good job at doing it, man. Look, last but not least, my favorite, because as a kid, this is what my grandmother would say I looked like. You know, I had the glass, I had the bush, I was tall, dark-skinned. It was her favorite singer. Leon as David Ruffin in the Temptations movie, man. Leon as David Ruffin. Y'all some fake tips without David Ruffin. Y'all ain't shit without me. Y'all can't do this without me. I know you want to leave me, but I refuse. He was smooth as silk, like the real David Ruffin. This was the perfect role for him. He was tall, with the glasses, his walk, his talk, when he come in like, I can feel your love fading. Ooh, little girl, I'm losing you. I am David Ruffin, and these are the Temptations. He killed that role, man. He killed it. Shout out to Leon. Leon is another amazing actor. That role was tailor-made for him. I don't know how much of a Temptations fan he was as a kid growing up, but I know he killed that role. So much so that when people see him, they be like, that's David Ruffin. He looked like the real David Ruffin. He talked like the real David Ruffin. He nailed it. Shouts out to Leon, man. He's one of my favorite actors of all time. And my girlfriend at the time, we used to watch this movie. She used to love this nigga. This nigga used to get me some. He used to be so smooth singing to her on the TV. I could see her getting all hot and wet right next to me. I'm like, yeah, we're going to watch the Temptations every night. Thanks, Leon. Thanks, David Ruffin. But look, man, we're going to go to an honorable mention because this is not a real character, but he played this character so good, he's a real character in our hearts. And we're talking about Mr. Michael Wright in the 1991 classic movie, The Five Heartbeats. Eddie Kane Jr. is a real character in the hood. He a real character. Somebody say Eddie Kane Jr., you know who they talking about. He played this role so good. He's a real person in our hearts. When he had to take it over, we know he had to sing a cappella, he had the girl going all crazy in the seat. Michael Wright played Eddie Kane Jr. You can't do it like Eddie Kane. You want my spot, Flash? You want my spot? Well, look, you can't get it because you ain't got it. I still got it. I said, dang, nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall. Oh, come on, man. Shout out to Michael Wright as an honorable mention. Even though Eddie Kane wasn't a real character, he played it so much that he made it a real character in our hearts and in our minds. But look, man, we're just going to go down the list again real quick. Angela Bassett as Tina Turner. Jamie Foxx as Ray Charles. Chadwick Boseman as James Brown. Leon as David Ruffin. Beyonce as Etta James. Demetrius Shipp Jr. as Tupac. Jamal Willard as Notorious B.I.G. Lorenz Tate as Frankie Lyman. Taron Egerton as Elton John. Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury, and as in a bonus, even though he wasn't a real character, Michael Wright as Eddie King Jr. Again, man, this has been actors and actresses who nailed their roles in musicals and just embodied the real thing. So much so that they will forever be remembered for these roles. They were great. These were icons that they were playing, and they played iconic roles in portraying them. This is your guy, Guitar K. Be more shit.